Allen looks to throw on second down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Left side completion to Jones. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Allen throwing on second down. They complete it to Hill. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Let's go. Blue landing. Blue landing.
Allen now looks to throw. Rolling to his right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now they'll run it on the toss. There he goes inside the 30. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL. Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The first carry for Patrick DeMarco.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Being chased out, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
On second down, here's Allen. And this is caught at the 8. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Detroit!
From the gun, it's Allen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. On play action, Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Jesse James. From 8 yards out, and the Bills are in for 6. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to loft one deep left. He's got him in, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jordan Reed from 3 yards out. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now Allen to throw. Looking to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
So the shotgun snap to Allen, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
Yeah, if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
On first down, Allen is going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Allen now to throw on second down. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Bills on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Now let's go.
Now Allen operating from the gun. James has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Gun! Detroit!
Operating from the gun, Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing.
I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Gun! All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Schmidt on to punt as he sends it away. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis, and he is going to lose yardage here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On the handoff, it's Geis. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Both teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55. This will be fielded at the 6. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills are in for 6.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. But special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
So he took that one at the 6, returned it all the way to the end zone. An electric return it was, 94 yards to the house. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On first down, this is Geis. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll hand it down to Geis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on second down is Smith. This one caught by Crowder. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the gun on third down, Smith got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the red zone now, Smith. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Smith going to throw again. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Here's Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a third down.
Detroit!
From the gun, Allen sliding out of the pocket, throwing the out route and incomplete. It's James. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Detroit, Detroit. Watching that, Barney, Barney.
Play action. Now it's Allen. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He'll buy some time right. Going for it all. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 3rd down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And here's Allen. From the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Rosas puts this one through. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Matt Milano in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now out come the Bills. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Allen looking to throw on 2nd down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Well, that'll get them the 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Here we go now. Boom, landed.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that load in the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take.
Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Preston Smith. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Smith. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Smith. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Here we go with Geis. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Here's Allen to throw it. Rolling to his right. He is going to find Hill here. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
It's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. He finds Beckham complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. Back to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. He's back to throw. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. And they'll spike it here at 27 seconds. Smith now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
They'll try and run it in, and he is not going to get in. They stop him short, and that defensive play may have just clinched him a Super Bowl title. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Allen flushed out right. And going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete. And these Bills make the 90s seem like a distant memory. Buffalo is the Super Bowl champion.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault.